I was really, really nervous to go by myself, but I got in and it was really relaxed. Everyone was talking, you know. I think a few scientists came up to me and started asking me how I was. A few other girls came up and talked to me, and it was like a really nice environment, and I felt like super comfortable.
So we had a talk about things we're passionate about, and I guess for me the idea of kind of conservation, and as Isabel said, like restoring marine environments and marine species. And then I guess Isabel was talking about what she was interested in based on that, and I love some of her ideas about, we were talking about how to include chemistry in showing like death of species or death of habitats.
Meeting her was great, and her work was just like amazing to hear about. And like I, obviously I'm not really into like my like biology, yeah. But yeah, it was really fun to hear what she was working on and start thinking about, I mean, how do we get this to go to that, you know?
So there's this incredible embellished work around these very mundane things that speak to, you know, household, domestic life.
Lucy was showing us all these artists and their art. It was cool how different they are. Whereas normally I think of art as just like a canvas painting, but it really opened up what art can actually be.
So today is really an opportunity to explore how do we create stories around things that are around us in the world. Because we do all the time, we're always anticipating some kind of narrative around whatever, which is then going to really help the students as they engage with different scientists' research. So then they can really think about what it is that they're extracting from it to then translate. So there's that, and then we're also doing some activities around how do we present works and processes of presenting things in different ways will make us read a work differently as well. So we've done some activities around, different approaches to presentation. You know, art has the capacity to make us feel things, and science has so much extraordinary information. Art can do that. It can evoke the work that the scientists are doing. So hopefully today helps open up opportunities and possibilities for how to present work, so it's not just a given that it's two-dimensional and it's stuck on a roller surface. You can do that, but there's a whole lot of other ways to experiment with translating these ideas. I also want them to feel like they're having fun in whatever stage of the process is, and not to feel too much pressure, and to enjoy that process.
When Lucy came to our school, she just like completely opened our minds. You know, having not just a 2D thing that you look at and go, oh, cool, but having like something like a story behind it and something you can kind of see in like almost real time happening. That was something that I never obviously thought about. And then seeing that, it kind of opened my mind to other mediums and other surfaces to work with.
Today I was just hoping to catch up with the girls and see how they were going with kind of getting materials together and their thoughts about what they wanted to draw. I showed them lots of videos and footage, and then we talked about various kind of science concepts that might go into the artwork. I'm pretty enthusiastic about anything transdisciplinary or interdisciplinary, so the process of working with artists was really exciting to me. These samples, I've just got to figure out which ones we're still using. I think it's great that they're trying to show different aspects of science, and I think it's great to have that cross-disciplinary approach to making science exciting. So it's great that they can come to the museum and interact with scientists and learn a bit about how exciting it can be.
Yeah, that was it was quite cool to see. It's a bit hard for her because most of her work is in the water, but seeing videos and the equipment she uses, and I think it's quite cool what she does.
Are you going to try and present all the habitats I showed you, or just a couple, or what are you thinking?
We were going to do the seagrass, the giant kelp and the oysters in one.
Nice. Yeah. That makes sense, I guess, because the ones you just mentioned, oysters,
giant kelp and seagrass are all really subtitled.
Definitely to be able to like translate her ideas into our work is like a crazy experience, and that's, you know, that's just insane that we got given the opportunity to do that. But yeah, her work is obviously great for Tassie's environment and like our waterways. You would never think that like a lot of it's, you know, going bad down there. And so to be able to like get our eyes opened and to translate her work into our work is amazing, yeah. So far we've used paint pens, like Posca paint pens, and we've drawn on this side and it's reflected through this side. But I think it turned out a lot better than I expected, and it's very vibrant. And then if we turn it around, this will be like the dead side, and you can see the life coming through, because that's kind of what Beth's work is about, like rehabilitating.
Hey, what's the feel? I've got these from air drying clay, and they're little sea stars. And once I'm finished with all the holes, I just let them sit, and they have to air dry for 48 hours. And they'll go on like these mirrors. It's like a mirror box, and they'll reflect off, so there'll be lots of them. And then put this thick green slime kind of thing. It's called the wasting disease. They get brown spots, and then they turn brown over time and die, and so I'll have them in the slime, and the slime represents the bacteria that comes down from waste gutters and stuff, and then covers the rocks and they lose their habitat.
So it's amazing to see my work in a professional environment. It's a feeling, just a very uplifting to see it there and to have people commenting on it and to have just people liking it. Like, that's an amazing feeling to have something you work so hard on and, you know, have such good feedback on it. It's incredible. Like it's what, 4 months have just gone by so fast, and all this work, this is like taken 14 hours, I'd say, 14 hours to do. And so for it to all, you know, wrap up it's like satisfaction to another level, just to see everything come and see it in a museum. It's incredible.
Yeah, I think they all did like a really good job, and it's really cool to see how other people interpreted what they learnt from their scientists, because everyone figures that out differently. And yeah, well, it changed a lot through like the outside as well. Like, I know it looks like there was no thought put into it, but I was going to do question marks, and then I was going to do like around here like an orange star, but I was like, once I painted it black, I was like, you come and you don't know what to expect, so it's that element, like I better go check to see what's inside. Like, whereas if I did something on the outside, they might think that's the art. So yeah, I just kept clean slate, I guess.
I love the sea star diorama. I love the lights and the whole colour, and making a threatened species into a colourful light show is pretty exciting way to raise awareness of it. I think it's inspiring to have art, because basically the public doesn't know a lot about the marine world, and it's really hard for them to often view what's in it because it's under the water a lot of the time. It's not very easy to see. We don't see any of the colours or any of the kind of things. Even the little sea star, people constantly ask me if it's the invasive sea star that I'm working on, which everyone knows about and we see at the docks. So to see the little one that's native to Tasmania and kind of threatened, about to be uplisted to critically endangered in a piece of art is inspiring to show the public, Tasmanian nature is out there, and it's beautiful.
Hearing them so sincerely engaged with the research that the scientists are working with, that they actually were getting it I thought was so amazing and so important, because then they had to go through this process of then interpreting that to be an artwork, but in the artwork that they wanted to do, I don't think they realised how well the work would look and how professional it looks here in the gallery. And for it to be in the States Museum and Art Gallery when you're 15 or 16, it's pretty wild, really.